but what was funny is like, yeah, I actually kind of like saw that too. I thought about that image and I went, wow, that kind of reminds me of that. And I was just like, kind of cool. And I literally had somebody in my mentions go, stolen. They literally posted that image and said, stolen. Did you actually use the word stolen? So you're telling me that DC, Warner Brothers, stole from themselves? So we got a new Superman poster. And at first it wasn't official. Like I woke up today and I saw the poster and I went, wow, that looks pretty cool. I thought it was a fan-made poster. It seemed like it was a fan-made poster, and I was kind of going like, is that a fan-made poster? What's going on here? Then I realized that somebody actually took a picture of the poster. Apparently it was at like a bus stop or something. So I was like going, oh, okay, interesting. So it's an official poster. And then James Gunn responded to a fan, I think on Blue Sky or Threads or whatever the hell. He said that, oh yeah, I plan on releasing the full-on, HD version of that poster. I will post it, and he officially did. And it's a pretty awesome poster. And if you guys haven't seen it, I use it in the thumbnail, of course. I think it's great because it has a vintage style to it. And there's the poster right there. Very vintage. You got corn sweat Superman, all in his glory with the clouds in the background and sun. It begins. It looks cool. He's like in the box, but the cape is like coming out of it. You got the Superman logo. He's stepping on the Superman logo. And then, of course, you have the supporting cast that is in this movie that are right below. Very vintage. This is what posters used to kind of, used to look like in like the 70s and 80s. They used to look like that. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. I really like this poster. It's the best poster. And it's better than fucking floating heads and the normal shit that we get. I think it's great. But I will say that I'm not going to lie, that when I thought about that, I'm like, wait, where else have I seen that Superman pose? Oh, wait, I have seen that. That reminds me of one of the first stills that we got back, 18, 19, 20 years ago, whenever Superman Returns was happening. I remember seeing that first still of Brandon Routh as Superman, and he's kind of like stepping right there. And then I had some people actually reference that, but this is what I'm talking about right here, right there. That's the still. And it looks, he's got one step up. He's looking to the side. The cape's flapping, looks really good. I specifically remember when they released this still and going, oh my God, there's Superman. Holy shit. There it is right there. But what's hilarious is, that lovely side, loud side of the fandom are using this as a way to nitpick that poster. Naturally, of course. Why wouldn't they? Because, hey, we got to nitpick every little thing. Their whole goal in life, their whole purpose that they have placed upon themselves right now is to nitpick every single thing that comes out from this movie. Anything that Gunn says, everything that comes out, every piece of dialogue, every piece of footage is going to be nitpicked. And it's just the way it is. But I saw that, I was like, yeah, but what was funny is just like, yeah, I actually kind of like saw that too. I thought about that image and I went, wow, that kind of reminds me of that. And I was just like, kind of cool. And I literally had somebody in my mentions go, stolen. They literally posted that image and said, stolen. And I went, did you actually use the word stolen? Stolen. So you're telling me that DC, Warner Brothers, stole from themselves? Whoa, they stole from themselves. Holy shit. That's crazy. I hope that DC is okay that DC stole from them. And I was like, wow, this guy right here, it's gonna really blow his mind when he sees all the Superman poses like this, or like this, or like this. He's gonna really blow his mind when they realize that James Gunn and DC Studios stole those poses as well. What about this pose? The arms crossed pose. Yeah, geez, how many times has James Gunn stolen that? Also, my God. What about this pose? Oh shit! If we see a pose from David Cornsweat doing this, another stolen pose. Am I right? Holy Lord. Of course, it's not the same because he's, you know, he's got one foot up, but he's not looking to the side and everything like that. But, you know. But yeah, I mean, that's what people do. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, you could say the same thing about the first Man of Steel poster.